Me mo kwa Badwam TV Badwam so yada se papa facha ye na wotwi nkranchen sam ne ma wakwem facha ye niema bi na asanke mu kakranti ye de bebrɛ mo sɛ de ye no no ano de adu so no yada Adom TV Badwam kase no na ebra won sam no ne to dwo mu bi ya wo betini Liberia camp adehye no si ade classrooms no school adem ye ensure dem en wo mo da fi sɛ ye tu wo mo afiri a wo mo wo no yada hon sam no ebeba ena bambo mu nso sebeye ye ede amma yen dia na eyemenu mienu ene bambofo yebeke ye ho abomo ayenti nti yebekosa nsem ni mu eno ne nsem bi na no pay mede bro Adom TV Badwam kase hwame live on Facebook/Adom TV wo go TV a wo search a 119 wo benya Adom TV wo ho ena DSTV nso a wo search a 280 Adom TV ho ene ye hye ko YouTube na search Adom TV 2 wo benya ye ene dwumadi ahodo nyina anopay mi amesomo medin ede afia amankwa tamaklo afia ni de kwan so tie sɛ nsɛm ni kyeremu ankasa etie adehye bi a Liberia camp yakodwiri ɛhɔ no nyina guo sɛ bɛyɛ a yɛbɛma kwan na adwadefo a wɔkwan no ho yɛde wɔ mo bɛba hɔ nom na contractor yɛde kasoa Cape Coast kwantempɔn na hyɛ ne nsa sɛ wɔnwie no wobɛtumi ayɛ n'adwuma ɔhare so no ene ya America say de sorry and I'm sorry them any school them and wo moda enipa be say 2000 and wo makọ ahoyehia ya nananom ye wo gomu afete and gomu abudumbram eyeye.
We have just got a school, or we're going to go to a school.
Even the school self say no.
Even when we put the school, they were not so easy. The principal, they all got annoyed, and we said, "Oh, there's no way we can go." When crisis come, we look at a church and a school. They will run for safety. They say, "We have come to the school here."
So you this kind?
Yes, of course, yes. Imagine we have been almost 33 years since the Civil War. You have not done nothing to reset us, nothing of that nature. At the present, we find our own food. When I find my own food, why is that more inflate pins on me? Break the place I'm living.
I don't even know where I'm going right now. See my machine outside. No notification. Just daybreak, they say they're coming to break our places. So nowhere to go. We don't know where we're going to do. That's our problem right now. You people see what we're doing right now. We don't even know what we're doing. That's the problem.
I don't know if na ground say asleep. By God grace, if I get up, then I. If I not get up, then I. So I don't get nothing to say.
So where are you going to pass the night? Where will you be sleeping?
Now the one talking say I don't know if na ground asleep. God make I wake up, then I. If I not wake up, I tell God thank you.
Wabono mantam no emu ne kentampo divisional command no eye bambofo enene wode nsɛm ahodo to edwa wo bambo mu ensɛm na wo kyeremu a wo mo eye bambofo no adwuma no betimi awie mu die no a na girame no mienu nso yɛnde a yɛbɛyɛ ede aka ho na kyerɛ sɛ yɛne wo mienu no aka de abom na no na akoso wo bono east eye bambofo no entamu ama enne abonofo sama na nka ma ne mu so wo ho nipa bonfo a adɔso wo ho na ne wo nyina no watu won mo ase 2023 no emu asa da kwan so on beyire won ho wa afi anu fie nkaye da yani Adom TV kase etwaso
ye best bebre say community no mo be boa ye police na ye tumi combat crime if you say security is a shared responsibility police for ye nkoa ye ntumi nye enti ayammoa and ye betumi asum near the aboa in tampo mine na asumdwe abahano tisenia MC kan no se mo be hwa emre bi atwam awia ketekete kura wo betie ne ye se ekwan no so am robbers wo ho and so enam kan sise papa ye papa IGP obaye oboa ye ma ye de ato na kwam enti no sabre.
Chief Superintendent Kofi Gansen, Eye Kentampo Divisional Commander, Oni Amani Boni etwetwe nkomo a wode ensem sei eto nanim.
Police adwuma de ye ntumi ye wa bra ye ni information. Nti ye be stre free omo say omomboa ye no moma ye the needed information na fe ye ntumi inform combat crime na eno no ekoso a in fact ye betumi aye adwuma no mo bia nso abɔ nsɛm amaye me ba ye no be bia makobia no dia medical ka kyerɛ omo no ne sɛ With your information now, frame me. What frame me? When say one soon could drive baby and cocase, Mina, Mama, infant called just a woody jidding. So no abo police, my police, and yes, I breakthrough.
Chief Inspector, yeah, her schools, so war cratcher was Mensimu, a wotimantamu, a frabine or strepa, ma, a wagudio moon, ma, a buying enter one mochi. Ora Eric Ofori and Editu Jachimo say, Wamu Yanio Masi, Canomnia dear. I bet me Eddie Ashemano afternoon, let me a boa, I'm a good monso, and my Bedimwakotana, Adom TV, et was we.
Your first sponsor, say, you share a CIO school no more from basic level, no, at the secondary school level, and then I go training college level to university level now. No, say, Unkalana war, Uncrassen, Ewan Mediano pa, Nanso, Acadia. And I say, near my bed, me abua or Moasha or Moncran or what me, Edisa, a good day, I see your money, so no, ya be cry. Send you out, Mofrey, say, I didn't Kayawa, Acadia no papa. Now, meet me and coach's papa. I'm Sabah boy, Emma, or what me acquiring.
Education Project Officer, our work at the Kratchi Cluster of World Vision Ghana, Sasu Brako, Eddie to just say.
World Vision Education Service, and a day, a year, all boy association. A boy, you know, a year, a ma, a war secondary schools, a war practical hanum, and a yatum suffer when say, I feel there, and for a member. If you say, you're doing enough for your member, a member. Now, so, yeah, try say, yeah, be ensure. Equitable quality education for all. A year sustainable development goal for no. You know, bomb pass it my achieving. It me any the ma any the infirm you hear a talent I am. And my tears yes, I'm part. And your member one need it to do I be a baby. No man so yet you be a bed.
Environmental Health Officer, yeah, one ya was so west, Shani Mutala. The name was the assembly no at the task force be a by in Chakra. Now, Baoleshi, Umura, ya, one to go, baby, no more shannon on the idea. And your how a wonipa ya pomodin so no sunny money in our form. And the Adom TV, Cassia Coho, and Unyano on any disa and Comwe.
Once the fittest for and a squatters be ever in Potomac. Even last November. Last November, I come a picture here or I'm evacuation in collaboration with some lion. Yes, Sabi Biao, but unfortunately, it's a call beggars for the past 5 years. Yeah, and and see the attitude of the people, no, so you educate them gradually, but at a point where you add law enforcement because if a persuasion fails, the enforcement must be applied and see you educate them gradually, but I can't identify course. And from the all indication, my says they say scrap boys no crowd or home shishi ties. So anything stopping houses need there, but scrap boys need there. May I show him say immediately about take steps. Now I wanted guy over honor. Yeah, containers, all her containers no. So all in jazz are there and the containers and quite Africa. Because the containers needs you out to avoid the burning. Send every year. Omu di ura and omu di begu container. Omu nazum lion can have a father a cobola. But sena omu di baha omu fangu container. No more ko here go. And at times omu baha najo. Time you be around 1 o'clock. You see, my say tricycles crowd the ball about. No more be no much. I charge you to me. And today, they say this is a former task force. They be mine ho.
Ma'am, ya waha for mantam nimo Alhaji Mohammed Ahmed Onus na ene wodi ato imams ni nyina anim. Wo madwuma na wo mo ye no na ene won san hye mo kena bie mo ye wa bato afi mu yi. Na wone mebru no enkasa bra wo mu no odi nkomo no sebe ya yemfa wo mo enkoye hu kasem bi ebewi akire ede basabasa ya na mo jehwegu ni prabi ebeba.
Basre every imam every Friday biano education cut down and all Muslims, especially the youth, say nyame one se hene na ahini so eba eyentu boase ne mpaebon enye gedegede enye ahonde enye sekantwe enye ababo yɛtumi yɛ saa no a inshallah nyame ahomɔborɔ bɛbɛyɛ so na yie atɔ yie.
Ofasa akonya ne so de to abato komisa enim se afi abato yi o ma periperi enye adwuma na mfa asomdwe emra.
EC, they are the referees of our elections in SEM. And party bia so any da EC so. Enti yebesre eradin pedi ma EC force there should be justice. The effort say omode to mfanto. Mo munye omadwen say omo epe party A ana party B SM party A omo yesa na erade ankasa no ochi ompe nyemi mpa sisi sana nyepa so empa asisi.
Head teacher yeah wono da Safi MA Basic School wo Kowu West mensin mo Samuel Ali Opon what the administrator obene ni mani ya no omumra emesisa school no emma wo mo ne tebia ne nyakura sebe ye Badwam adesua ne adekire nso ayakono ho
edano aye lower upper primary no in chance no su na attitude ha edano en said any good condition ye nyamo ho fam so a ebeboa wo hwe DHS side ho na aye ajana bia ye ni bi entino se emwa babi na beboa yen sa ye beje atum ana hwe primary side ho kran so a ho so yuri na ni ho ye do mase se omunya sika no ma mfa hwe omonko na mabusua na mama bi aso school ni so ana se ye be di kan dia mom hwe a chede on be chen ya edwo de di anim ya ye sports ya de beboa yen pa entino ye do mase
abra womo ede achedie ema school no chairman Emma Safi Noble Network Charles Nyako ede tu school kwada nanim se womo ensuade se ne womo ebekọ nanim daachi
ya de jesi mienu ensuo adokodoko de any first aid omoko akwa kansie wo apradan na otwe besem no ene nwoma ye krata ye kenkan eno so ye aduenu endan de de abase de beso yunuanu mo asene se na be ya omumma suam no mo agudie mo beden bebom me do be mo se sabe me amegina ha me police ni me deputy superintendent of police masua enkamenson da ya da se brako be se enkrane sa position amabodin enti no mesre o mo maninko omunwu masua ho enu ntina samre omo maame no papa no so aden edo ma aden akọ no mo nyiro mo mfo mo wure nyina nsem no mo nyiro mo sua ade na so mo yiro mo ho adaachi edo mbesi yi
containers awodo onwotwe ya niema wo mu nkrofo ton ade wo mu de ahye dwerebe wo boase black park na wo mo se container ba ko na sha ase na wi akire edidi mu akoka enso aka ho a Anglo Gold Ashanti Oboase Mines Fire Service for na Ghana National Fire Service for du ho sebe ya niema ebekọ form na so na niema no dodo no a asai ye course wo ho eni.
So far, containers Ashe is about 8 containers. 8 containers na currently you say Ashe ewa han. Course na dey yentumi enhu no sesia unless after everything na ya investigation na ya hwe say whether it's electrical or a explosion be and whatever. And Sunday between sesia ejina dey yentumi enhu say ade ama ejane sie. So we just stores say na ye containers and ya na normal no omo ye bobo ho e pass. But idea anke be hia pa ne say every store bia no wasankonya fire extinguisher, portable fire extinguisher. Even we need portable fire extinguisher kra was at least winya ahwea wo de egu bucket esiwo ama bibi ba emprempre na na de egu because eja no anhyase boom enye petrol ja no aka say e boom na eba but bibi e be hyase kakra kan say wo bibi e ahwea dry sand bi wo ha eba no betumi ahyase say wo de ye bibi and most of times idea ya na high bebre ni say jesia eya na mpempebre no ye try say ye be fight fire no ansa no ya frɛ odumjafo no da bi unsa de na sina ma obi kwaso wo try say wo be ye bibi no ma obi so mfrɛ odumjafo no nti wo ye bibi no odumjafo so ba so me ba na chi so wo so ye bibi na wo nye bibi na ade no wo awie na wantumi no ansa no afrɛ odumjafo no ene ade a high power omen ha ese say ye educate community no so sanke ye beko sika ho and ye ko community no mo ne ye educate a anye ya nipa mienu miensan bi betumi afa enya nimde wo ho a bibi sesi a obetumi aboa ma ya so ano se ade ne ma and also ade a ha ye wo oboase for that matter ye hu ni se ye ni fire hydrant bia wo oboase anum se sisi a ye kan ye replenish no je se ye ko AGA inside ansa na akofile water no de aba.
Menyina no so na Adom TV Badwam kase na ha na brema kwan na mediasie me da osepa na omre adaje a ode maaye mesro koso a na hwe fise me kwa abaye nche aka the bonkrata no na online stories no so ye de to so ye nche kura twen sisi eba Eda se ye mwakwa ba bia me Adom TV Badwam na o hye no me ka kire se ye nche nti se wo ye obi afei ene wo bi afidie hu ye ya ye mwache eda se radio akan wo aka the man ho ne se ne oti ase a na ze rade dom to the over can say rade ye da say o kode a hwe live on Facebook/Adom TV oko YouTube nso search Adom TV 2 yo ho ukodu ba bia wo na hu go TV a na no awo search wo 119 ana DSTV 280 e da se pa de do so no de obonkrata wa ha na fe oba ha nso online stories no so e bi go Adom online esa wa wo nyabre no akenkan ni nyina kama ti se ben so ejina na so e wo ha no pay ti ma menchia Anti-Comfort CID Anti-Comfort no pay mechia me mwache nim se nyame Adom ho ye na tiwa nso mechia wa no pay na adwa na my day we film ti baby owo bia
ade kura me ti me we shi Mr. Ayikwa Yako da kura me man Yako me man
we so fa e ma me
okay oh wa mu kwase de we ni etutu aka onsemo ona na wajiji usua ma ne bi ka bia obenya bia kan ona na o kire o Madam Catherine emoje dro papa Madam Catherine ayo akoba ne sayere ya akoba botri do
to we ya de albeto nyum
na chief don't onu on team so o sha akoba botri do mpe watri ka say watri do mpe akoba na so yere ya akoba ne ti yere ya ne say hey eje ju ke chief ya bro koro ebe ko si akoba o de obu akora hey na mieni mnyega nyuma egugu no anyhow na nyo
enya nyum keke like adverts
na mnyega nyuma egugu no enyo
yo ya semo no bi na egu no
tese o hwe Ghana nyuma bi pa esiso no pa
ba se nyo bi o ade ne se etire na so da ye no woni wa
na ajiegu
na se ajiegu eni pen to aso
Kumasi pa na hwe enkran ha na hwe Enyuma bebre sesi ameka say osmosu de for ni hwa adabraka okra enyuma bebre a echo off enyuma bebre echo off adabraka
ene sisi wo dan sisi wo
wan kasa takwade na wo ti sesi ahwe inche honum kwa na you get to be yitire o baby wo na ni nyina agege egu Ghana for mu ye yo mo anka so majuma oh chale ha dwon
industrial area mu ha
agege egu
emu
da opan isa
sisi dinai Nzeze from
Bebia da is what I say. Bebia factory si na turn into you know bebia ye. Itu bebia obutu.
Anya warehouse aya sori.
Adwuma be na wo ho afiri ho a otimi say adwuma we dey ho ba. Me si Cape Coast no mo ye. Kofo bia gidi pa no mo ye seminar wo say no mo ye ebi. Cape Coast. We have factory ndi me car be back. You know Ghana for nyuma kama. This is here. You know, OTC alcoholic beverages in Mudia. Don't wanna koda form.
I'm a new one, Sabem.
And don't wanna koda form. Hey, can you know supposed me or supposed no?
Ah.
And then they say radiator to start from. So we chief with the radio more kasaka makamba. When you it's of quality. Hey, Mummy and promoted Ghana and the promoted Ghana you might do. I want it's very important. And no nema cruise Ghana and also pampe. And then February, net there tosu edunu what 28. 30 days as a day.
So this year they basically 29.
The leap year. Hey, that no matter what me I can catch you. Who kind of suppose anybody about my voice anything to leave you know they are now because I say all kind of you know our father no. And the pledge no. The anthem no. Udu we bia wo no anything out there so boom. No what's our home have I don't know. Now my mother land. I pledge myself for the. Now we can say.
No worse, no school. No worse. We need to worse.
We need to.
En twa ma ho ba ni primary school ni nti o da so bo o da so ka
ha dwen and then mo the games I would do abe replace isa o suppose to attend bi pay attend to ntepe and one out to title sardine so koyon so koyon so you know Charlie
sa gro ni nyina ko anto
ana ne di o mo di yi na baba nkura no se nkura no ye
very say baby edu no ye technological world
tira na me encourage aye o suppose say mo na mo ba wuzi see when man for mo man anko to Minerva Diendra Dandra esa no ye hu o mo kira kwan uti Ghana ya frafrani ya dagombani ya dagati ni ya santini na Chantel ne sa no hey eda mo kwa akuru mas jani ha mo spell kwa akuru
ko fi hey afie nya
mo hede no mo ye mo
asesa no kura
mi yonko ba kwa no Kumasi high school asesa ni di ni papa ba school bo di ni sa obi ehunu
ba yira kura nye di e wo ho no
edi no se me mo se sia edi we de be ma nyina wo se gidi edi be di o no mo joro sao ko school asesa ni di asese ni papa ba school wa koma hwehwe ya hwe books ni nyina mu se di ni
asesa no kura
oh baby o di akoto on US o baby kura me can't for us say let us be proud as Ghanaians. Ade bia so oh you proud say oh you Ghanaian o di ana yesu am hwese ana obi American ni ana Ghana ni kura ko nya American citizenship. I don't much like I make Asim say na dia say yakura wa kontum because bodu American citizens all other nationals musas one
ana real ho o ba se Ghana so aso mu ye bio
timi sremu
last me hu bi wa
be a proud Ghanaian and na hia se o do my na o jitu se o ye Ghana ni mapa nyoma emma Ghana entimi mo brapa no o ba twem afrim ba se nyina se ebegu egu yi na nyina na ye ni dey autopilot dia and we should not expect anything better to come to this country. So let us be proud Ghanaians. We are proud Ghanaian no na okona ketwa na won o brighten sa akona no to you teacher ni a on try there with the mindset na we me pentem kra ko Canada we dey na 2+2 million na nko 212 2 from Monday to Friday teacher ni there obayan you don't love the country, you don't love yourself. O man that na wankase waka che wa wo say no we adwadini nso a obi nkase oto tamelo na se pe na otene kai munti no uyi wani fast oyi da ni iska mo na baby apro nko anu asesa ma no
tomato sa
pro adana minim ye nyina ya dwere no se de esi ye no e ya na mo ase mo se na mo ya ma so mo ye corrupt mo ye de kra de ye kun ye na tie china yes ye nye hwe ye kun it is ye wo pane ye de nsa kire me ba ya dwere mu dia obi anya pane ni bi adwuma bi obi ye bia na shoemaker kure bu di embiem yetela fo no dodo na anka ne kure opoti ade no bepoma wi oda ne ho na wato atwere baadi o ka akosi fitam a wankoye ne ntema o metutu cars ne pass nyina aton
wo sa twa no ho aba
so twa no sa ka jo se wo yase
ka no kro oba se wa fix so wa nya de kro ni enti wo de ko wo de pie free wa se wa ya mo wi wo de ko e dey or two now de ko o sa charge o me what is the same problem one solve it.
So me sremo obi ye adwanama nipa doma be dia tomatoes are pro ni meko apro ene nama moa wo mu no no awo mu no ade na wo no ye didi
o ye o de ayi
o ma me be di bi o fa be di bi so be di bi o
so ma ye de
yo ye kana mu ntia e nyina be kwa ntia de because the cost no atra beyond careful to say ya nyire ye ho anchi na nyina wa o ni se se o di ko ties nyina no na de na o tie ni nyina no epiepie esa se bia de hye ne bonsam nti no o tai ko pai de nipa hwere ne nkwa yesi we de bonsam bosumi na na yesi no and yesa de be hye Easter biem de ya yesa de be hye Easter biem oti obi aje and a cover movement o so na pa Ghana for adwene nyina no cutting corners to make it in life yeni kwan bia ye nyina ya fa so a ufiri A Ghana ni afia mankwari so free a obeko B ofiri B a obeko C oyere ne ho ye we a animunyam we beba abasobo de bia obi ani format bia o man ne format bia ni ho ye kosa ti anope obe he de be ekufuado ka minority free ekufuado minority je de beba yeah je de beba no the whole Ghana free na akusi memeda ejina eni hwie de mo man gina etumpon manipa ho hye awtoso ne enkuranhye no sa conversation nyina ayera de fa pomudin ho de fa adesua ho de fa yakwan ho ayampia to onko a na omaya etimi ekontokwa ewo ekwan a enye kwan bia me na me Kumasi road kosi ha da bi nya na ye professor Moses ba kwa na ofreje ekufo kan ana omoje da ye kasa nsu no mfia duase chini akra Kumasi road no ye wiye etudi na basa we beso so a na no I dare and we chewy na we chewy can you imagine
ya nyabre ona wo ho otato ko fo beche bi hey ye wo wa omo moto omu nue wate obreni kai di kukuru na o say djuma no ya minim de ya net ya na kochu baby ni ya say twamfinfin bi agya ni akoto so o baby sanfinfin se be 10 years ebi ni Kumasi how many years ni hey be o say ho ayesra mo penifo mo because hey why you so congested show ni futuro na tese mo amofa so nyame
bibia na me ke ne utafa suku yi so kwache piero ni fie ba ko kwabenya ho to hotel really go inside who really go inside afia na hu kwada dodo a se benya university kwada kwada di mu factory hu ni padodo a onu be free suku pom ababontin
on ba beda fie adwuma bi enu
no one say ye hwehwe dachi for confusion ni o ye de sakasaka
because ebi mo ho munya adwuma
I'm telling you na nei party be ko obi abenya backlog of nurses into obuka wo and o kasa PMP before say the NDC for ja wa no muntua ya no mba ya ombetua
so mo so de na say we betua
it is hard ya teacher mine no ene due pa o man obitimi ya adwuma manakatu kam 8 months 6 months yes ye process maybe pa dey ko adwuma no ba DC phone MC phone no market yakam na mo yese na be de na ne nukuredie no kwa etime di mo we peyo
obewia usisi a
because o man na hye ne ho for krono ene keta hye ya hye ho for that
serious mpanifo mo na
ya hye for that
nipa bre
share for that
who obi animu a yes we muna by nature o pressure
share for that
because the obi jira wo sisi o dwen china ne na de
share for that
because enna na hwe mai yes ra mo mpanimfo omo ne future leaders na that's a future leader na foundation ye weak a ede
buma na adwenbone nko anti anu ntina obi ye yie kakra bi o man na ani bre ne ahoya na eba no so saa wo adwumam wo abusuam wo aban adwuma bi ankra adwuma bi wo bo nze wo yie no na sofo ka chi kra me se sofo kwa chi se okoware eno kra na ye problem for ebinum because obi have gathered sika for almost 25 years otimi mo ano se odekoware
nde se awasam
and then branch dodo na so bank bosia na akatua 800 was ada kwaje bosia 15000 ye 6 years or 5 years it dey bia da or the na ona no ye calculations kasa it owu kra se wakodi ni e wa lisa aye 220 series a obo so dua kika nsema kese
because o pesa sika dey
o pe dia dey
nti samu ye niema ye nhihye nyina ye na obi aye comfortable na e dey pa ni besi
na fia dey na open na dey na me pe dey na aye PR open na obi a giri se ye ko hospital e se nyoma mu da ofan duro empa doctor for ho atomo omo hwe yie na nya se obekwa kodu no ya ma odi se it say me ni PR ko hospital a oni se se mu ne be hwe me agya PR if say frame o man ni complaint the o man ni complaint so ni ayi baomi anajo mama ko hospital a ye be hwe o mo because o mu ni no man ye ko ne sa ne de bibia ya koye obi a unim no na obi fraga say you say akwanya bia by immigration you see they say whom you know now me who do I know
oh your mind
who do I know I didn't want to encourage the person because say you kasa chiro mo say unim obi dia so what you say unya ba bi nyina dia
we na time na shukra ne yanko nti 2024
so na ho sesem no
ablaka takes on na kufa
so wanka me pe ho sesem no That's it. And then you can't say kind of money there. But now it been so here say in attention. They say especially where I come from Mantemi, Eastern region kakra or mano ye could di mu yi. Then I see it be di hu komo kakra. It's very very important.
E be sure na wo na escape.
Well, it be sure na sanity there. Fine. Nti bibia ni ho there. Run us through the program. Then they say
ye do so no ye wie pe. Professor Ike Wala say but the agudie mu nsam oba health tips no so e wo mu den na wotwi e chest pain. Si pain bi enye normal. Mentena ho mfa ni agro se bia bre na wabre enye normal ko hospital na no achi so ahosepɛ bɛba sister Sunday be a guy na ye de pese mu so abramo na fe dwumadi nkomo bi so insider eno so ye de bɛka ho ye da se so oje bre hwe o man ne kwabna sante afia amankwa atamaklo ye kono a Professor Ike Wallace atwaso
Akwa kese me de ba Adom TV so Adom TV so medwodwumadi so dia o kese hu sempa esa kana no pa suja me de Prof Ike Wallace agudi catch back up the only nomenclature professor's degree in sports the Regional Wallace the nation's presenter and medicine kunya na me kono quantum coordinates model esaka and no pa su bion e wa Ghana gudim ejao ka kire busuanfo namfofo yere oma wo fasefo na mu kurum na ompanafo na se prof no pa me san ginam e dia o kese hu sempa esaka etime ejao dwumakoni e ba ko omadama omna bom ska dwetre me na no pa den common eba game park games omde the eagerly anticipated pick one game number arrive with the bank but more than that so who between sa gym you can game park games are all selecting numbers from 1 to 36 now what means stake you stake here obedi 26 time stake no na ska beti de twaro kita 1 Ghana cedis an kopem 350 Ghana cedis a obetimi de ho gym boys dia edi no nyasem keto kra guess nso de ho gym amane hwesenema ese koso chairman no majai obi aye chairman e de man ho betina game park games adama ana sanchez so kwit saba o dial star 946# all networks na o dia to game park games obetia ko www.gameparkgames.com na for ne pemfo 20 cedis so ne ani kan se draw ne ba so e wa Adom TV so anopa no nkro na fa wi kataban so premtobre na asaba so na fa enwenu nsia atimi asato fambio game park games so mula more power game we national authority for pen for madama wo mo ene de omho 20 gym ana fa uni mu fi no hwe mfa wonyim izan se chacha diwa wani betia punso wadwene betia san hye witri betia bom wani betia ai kokora ntia na ode adwene kakra etia tato ho we mu ene sponsors a tuturu to a mo tachira bo amena no pai ye de nkomo no etimi agya me sha say de fe English FA Cup matches be bring night men to fam Luton Town for transfer Man City etwa meka polepole nsia e mo bete karmu mienu matches a wo de transfer PMO English FA Cup nim no ene de hu sunsun so kakra etimi agya ma metinto mo Ghana nkomum de no a Ghana man pen His Excellency na do dan kwakufado obonkomo ye Ghana man penye bi wetwe mo se no boxing na wrestling nema esi ekoso dada ba pa boxing de enye no kre ba wrestling na hye ECT no a o say ya so tire ole go no na one Ghana man pen dada wenya no ba bi ko Fifi Fenton Mills etimi enso bobo Lagos school team no kan bia no di ma kwetene panam se ye na ka Lagos school team na still Ghana football ekosi na se nya abotre bibia etimi sa to mi pa obenishiti policy a revive the declining air fortunes of Ghana football no abo ma nema etia koyi happen over the state of the nation's address etime to dwa ewo mrahye bedwumanura na hwese nema ese koso akonology the decline of the state of sports ewo Ghana ha na for disappointment over the senior national soccer team Black Stars of Ghana La Cote d'Ivoire African Cup of Nations etime to dwa yebo prelims na fi twi na yeba fi no omo ehwe nim se bibia betwema obetime the grassroots development and so etia saba na from the district level and I feel so cry from the autonomous villages and towns no etime develop on kwala omo sintabi omo bene na afio mabo Premier League clubs abebo Ghana national team no na mabo emaniama etia koye e de amagana ina.
Speaker, I believe it is time for us to take a long-term, far-sighted approach to correct what has gone wrong. It's time to return to scouting, grooming, and developing talent at the grassroots level under a presidential policy on football that I intend to unveil very soon. The School Sports Department of the Ministry of Education will work hand in hand with the Ministry of Youth and Sports in collaboration and synergy with the Ghana Football Association to build district, regional, and national juvenile teams for both girls and boys. The more than 150 AstroTurf pitches constructed throughout the country under this administration provide the foundational facilities to make a start as we strive to provide more of them, which will see a steady progression of talent up the ladder from the junior juvenile teams to the senior sides based on merit and nothing else. A similar approach has been tried before under the 5-year football development plan led by the late Ben Kofi, initiated under the MPP administration of President J.A. Kufuor. It was under this plan that talents such as Michael Essien, Sule Muntari, John Mensah, Derek Boateng, and later Asamoah Gyan and Stephen Appiah were discovered and nurtured. The results became evident to us and the world. It takes time, dedication, and patience. We cannot harvest where we have not planted and irrigated.
Nti Ghana mapanyin na nado dan kwaku fado ene no State of the Nations address no sports for the woman no ana mapone kakra e de agya no hwesa na ma AC koso na na chese nyame adoma obe ma sports abekra behwe ba bia enua no yentimi entwa na yesa to mu bio no African Air Games enso beba so Ghana ha na the 13th African Games na hwesa na Mexico so asa adwumadi yakwaji si yesre so ache yie bese mfie makomako bese num konsi antemni afe na nei yewie Boteman Sports Complex yewie Legon Sports Complex a ehwe nim se yebetimi de hostu sa competition na Ghana mapanyin se okache wiase afa na nyina se Ghana ayai krado sa wo bese eye aduonu ani akira amoba no omuna betia sa beboa ema niama etia tutu yie e wo African Games na se.
Speaker, it gives me great pleasure to report that all the preparations are ready for Ghana to welcome sportsmen and women from around the continent to participate in the 13th edition of the African Games. It seems incredible, but this is the first time that Ghana will be hosting these games. It's taken a lot of courage to have persisted with the decision to host the games, especially when our financial problem came in the midst of the preparations. But I am glad we went ahead. The preparations are all complete. And I was excited and very pleased with what I saw at Boteman when I went to commission the Games Village some 2 weeks ago. We have high-class sporting facilities which will serve us well long after the Games are over. Some of the events will take place at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. It is worth noting that this is a facility started under former President J.A. Kufuor and was abandoned by successor governments.
Campaign says let's not down Kokufado and Atenekano. Also, we have a high class air facility. There's a Ghana campaign you choose in the West very well. One can say world class facility, high class. It's necessary. Yeah, away DMD. You will see me at the Grobat. Ever call Patrick Osage, my countryman Songo, fireman himself for now and pay Songo stick. Yeah, Ukwada no Pebiasi no. Yeah, the sound come on so. Hello, Songo. Hello, Songo. Bibia boko
metonka.
Okay. Me sure say na mfese bia busha adua no penso.
Baby see and the president ni de o ma twra ma na kama. Ene waka. Ni ohun ya ni de yes. Isi ani a wo show, enfoni a wo show o TV issue. Ohun a efe. But as to say wo busa say high class, ye diem de betimi de dia agro. A world class ana. Well, we hope to see. Say, after tournament with me successful, we are bit me and maintaining a facilities. No maintenance culture a problem to buy Ghana. But we can say 8 days more. President say we are ready to host the rest of Africa. But 8 days more to competition. I wish you as a nation, say medals say any veggie. As a nation. Ye medals say ena ye PCG as Ghana as host medals say e PCG sikane de enyaba amamudi ama elusive wono sports minister wajene de in the name of sending in aye all African Games here mo mu chesken ni keke no mu Ghana ni ma se all African Games mo o mu chesken ni keke na omo nya no ma bi ani so fu ubo se be du ba bi no first time ni na no ma bi atochima because anything na me person facilities no ready in term na at least you use at least you test it on say who test it who use kakra enye it say you testing who say bibia fantastic and during the time of competition and facilities bi be di e hamo. because before after 8 days and sir I transported use pitch no me boa
aye
and use legal pitch no so for football na me boa
and okay
and we say inspection course no na glass no omuji to man o man yan we say o ta say enya transport stadium pitch no nko an e bobo so me boa use legal sports stadium o am ye dia bobo me boa
and okay
for the buy inspection those things ni na no sa pitch woni na no omuji grass ni normal bibia to mu kama de. We hope that Ghana is good in wedding mass, and you hope that Ghana be meda. Ghana be born in modern. You hope that Omungu Ghana any matter all African games. In face game is ticket. But me fan to war. Quick one on Tongo State. Football. President Nukwadia to say also go back to basis. Football I say. But Momo money in your kasakeke. Momo money in your kasakeke. Ya chuna gukrata so ni atinkan na no no because the president of the land will say also come back to basis so football people get and go shut up munyadin na munyai se munam na mu pese mu defend mu ho ati se munya hwe mun say football results ma mun shut up na munya the right thing ma football na munyai se munam e defend se and a sports ministry omuna etueska yes football for mudiska anyamo na mo de budget ko wa mo na prepare budget no akase mami $100,000 US dollars and I'm 13 billion old Ghana cedis each as management members of Blasters wa mo na prepare budget de ko you should shut up ke to kura kunini nkofo no shut up na president Akufo-Addo no kwa wajia tum say football no I say football, we should go back to the basis, the grassroots. Yen selected players, yen normal based on merit. If you any positions are more demand for football as well. And for mu sefata mu positions and mu football my. Going back to the basis, President Akufo-Addo say we have to do things based on merit. Based on merit, any players is selecting one, any coach is selecting one. If any more administrators. You don't give that person a job. Money pakone juma say, friends and chronics, sycophants. And Timamane Juma so Ghana Football Association Wajuma. And Maya Yabani Omu under 17, Ghana under 17 ma Yabani for more than 2 years or whatever. Because of age cheating. Nipa would dear Nimu as a man management committee. Or you useless. Or you're a very useless person because in the modern day data utimisha MRI utimisha movia age city I'm here bandi a whole country Ghana a man under 17 football now we're useless management member or management penny obi on sem fatabiani amanu dibre so onya djuma football so going back to the basis now President Akufo-Addo Kano any selecting players and also selecting people based on merit. As our common administrators, more far management administrators, also share football to the Bravia, Usheni Power Nima Jumano, Usheni Pana, Obetima Yumano. Not because the Nipano you Siko fan, and as the Nipano, you animal farm ruling for the because you don't work with your enemies. They should shut up. Omunye dinwo no munya se omu try say omu be defend omu ho say na football no omu say no and football no yi taxpayers money ye de call national teams no enye omu na de call enye omu na tua enye mu na mutua ho amu na edi ho amu na prepare budget na akopia ministry na ansana sports ministry a say finance discount beba ni odi wachi a otuatua sika ni nyina no sika wo budget wa budget no odi wachi a what say sika na imam shut up there football people no must say football there's no results money results beyond the trade prof 1 p.m. to us so
me da say
Ghana for 1 p.m. I will fire for fire and we are Adom TV
Okay.
What say football? We mobile team dinamo kasa and try to defend. Nonsense.
Inti Patrick Osaje my countryman Songo na tene ka Songo stick ana ode ebro no football no de Ghana man penyenra was state of the nations address nim agi tumu sampa asekra chese e condemn e krojo arrest na ma esi ko bi hia se ono a de hyehyɛ bi betudwa sa policies ni betia saboa e ma football na san fe bi on se ba bi enua no entimi entwa ode football no budget akese ma jefifo no omu entimi nua na mpese etimi etwa e wa edwumadi a yegusu edimu hyɛ so ma me se ne ana Black Queens of Ghana only the Copper Queens of Zambia the a second leg of the Olympic qualifiers in between attentam so na Swiss air trainer no wone abawa o met for the friends say free da isi ma bon komo kakra e wachiri
0 in Accra, but we had a very good performance on the pitch. When you look on the statistics, they were all on our side. Possession, attempts on the goal. I think we deserved there at home a goal, but that's how sometimes football go. We flew then very straight to Zambia, right Friday night to arrive early here. We had a very warm welcome in Zambia. It's a beautiful country actually. I like how it's green here. The people are very friendly, so we feel very, very good here. Had some good training sessions. Tonight we go in the stadium, and I heard that tomorrow it's going to be a packed stadium. So we like it. We like this crowd, and I hope it will be a big football game tomorrow evening for all of us. We already adapted in mid-time in Ghana, and had better grip. So we also have some plans for tomorrow. You will see. But of course, it's our approach to be stable in the game, and we need to score.
Inti Black Queens of Ghana Nora Hotel ene Maiwa no ana te omuka som de omukomo eja no nemdi tu misribo kwa ne e akra so phobia never say die 11 ane ete sa bubukoyi na okomo ba kwasem enura na enya nika kra ne abepiem ni se House of Folk board ni na no omse oma dissolve board no na sa nkomo yi House of Folk edit no official enkan e friend Twitter ni omse X eso no mo de etoye omo ehwanim se nyame adoman the coming days no omo ne hyehyɛ bibiri na betuan sa betuja manfo kyese odote ankabi ana afenso Dr. Nyaho Tamakru sanko for no say yesa ye board fufura me enton san fan from biu but ebedene e wo sena komo no esi akoni
achitafo no hu san semi se boboko ndi abetudwa no omo ne giye pa ekopem se eniama sei no mo atwa ache pa se tugba afede edne se besi ne bo se waje obi bia kwan e wo board no so e de omo pa bamu ne santi se ne boboko ndi abetudwa no wo mu hwe ne mu se bosume a ebesi mu match no omodi niam begu akwan mu na House of Folk asafa ne ntoma pafra onim se na no ena mo pa coach fofra general manager fofro nso omo nsa ka no entiene omo domo osuko na se togbe e de board fofro ana se management e be ka ho a na boboko na nimu a ena omo kro
Nti Sergio Manucho, ye revolving and oscillating reporter and Obura House of Folk and Futuma or the San Komo so etimi aba. Ma me fancy and Komona ka bebre na adoso, but enya me adoma no nsia brem no ye the Black Queens of Ghana live commentary bebre wa Asempa 94.7 FM so ntimi sew baby a obia na do afidi na to Asempa 94.7 FM so na fi Black Queens versus the Copper Queens of Zambia. Omo akensia eye Olympic qualifiers no wahwe return leg encounter ebetia piemu ewendola bibia ambitwema ebesa atwaso de hyehye na etiense jaw sister Sandy be a guy in fact in terms of the entertainment area Ghana had obi antime no I say bi atafro abatwe hwesere ne ma esia kwa sister di nkomo ba papa na ne yankan so ni akan su kakra no ana ode mu chechemu ebetia ba na mu health tips enso beba na afi so a kire se be agwapo mu donsem so ebetia gina yi game park games edit the eagerly anticipated pick one game no aba arrival with the bank but more the other so no betia gym from 1 to 36 na best select numbers no utwa 1 Ghana cedis a ombeje utwa 2 Ghana cedis ombeje a kopem 350 Ghana cedis besro we pick one game no ana bidi wa dan cedi a kire no star 946 hash star 946 hash all networks with media too and I say oh internet so there gameparkgames.com na odo hwetun sanjwe ka gamepark games a was more mula more power national lottery authority for paying for and asa say abomutin kwaje penny say yemfa sanhye so kwemra na mabunu so emfa didi kakra na mum utwa chacha fadwene kakra to esan say chacha diwa wani betia puru so wadwene betia sanhye o wani so betia hu ayu nti ya na odi adwene kakra etimi ato so we mo any sponsors so mtachiri bo amena no penso ye dia wo kensi won sempa esa kan ejao within the prof ek wala sakudi catch back open am jinam of course evidence based sports presentation etimi jao. The act of being a good guest is to now to say good morning.
Kwa bapa do Badwam TV Badwam so wow ye a dedi kan a wo hweye no health tips adwada de kosi fia da bia ye di nkomo ye fa topic ba ko ne aka ho asem for the whole week na watchi ye say chest pain bia tin kasa wo kokko e show ya dog abobo so a che na ye hwe risk factors a ewo mu se bia wo nya sa feeling no na wo mpemu a ehun sunsun so no et say any endpoint homeopathic clinic enya adwuma oho kwahe wapomudin mu nsem prostate no obusu check ya mama ni free man so sa infections fa no personal doctor na ya we be how no ene ne nkasa na me wakwa ba
mejo so
ma ye nto ye nkomo iso na wochi na ye hwe factors a ewo mu bibi watch okoko ye oya mpemu a ehun so so ne
yeah risk factors no and not say normal empem bibiri no ana ekofa sa wo ye nei e ba beso yi bebre no the first ade ebeba wadwene mu as a doctor no ubi bo eye ne ya ohome insiso wote noise e wo ne bo ne ye ne ya to the stand say it's missing a chi say nipa no akoma hya se e bo no wo ye bibi kakra bi ana wabre che se aduane kwa no wo di kura no a na wabre na mpese nante e koba sa no a ade ebetima ba without check kura no ebetima ba yadwemu an say bia na efiri nipa na koma cause akoma yade coronary artery diseases no sunsan so ada ne ho adi eyesa ha wo no obi so wo kura no ana respiratory infections bi ana say diseases bi asthma wo ho ye wo bronchitis ne sa no mani nyina no eya ade a ene so e wo ho obi so wo kura no so a na ye pressure ne pressure no obi pressure no was so much because the force no a e woni moja no e di pushi afa ne ntini mu no e was so bebre a obi so kora ti wa etimi kofa saa wo yene no etimi ba obi so wo kora no ne ntini no moja di mofisa no kora no saa ntini no cholesterol no asisim ti moja no a e pompe ko no
ntimi mfam
that's right a struggle ade ba ko e be say di adanse pa no so obi wo so na e kire wo se entini mo asisi bi a fat component bi enti moja wontimi akoma no e struggle to get moja ade aba ehon ne ho that's akoma no e kire wo se akoma no is starving ana akoma no e pe enough ayi enti na mpem bebre no ano wo so obi wo ha wo ye exercise na wo hunu sa ade no enti wo normal body temperature na wo te wo ba bia the moja dodo a wo hia e de ba akoma no ho no ana mframa wohia de ba akoma ho no eye few wohia bebre na mo the moment abasha say we exercise no wo behia more akoma no behia more oxygen e de aba ho e ho na ba wu say e na be kire say wakoma na hoden e wo ho ana say ya hoden eni enti wemu nyina could be some of the ana obi wo kra no ana say bi ya de offense diabetes ena wontini ni mu no a weekend no okay and also no over a period of time na bo hwe ya de first diabetes and pressure obi nya da pressure na wontu na mo a over a period of time no e ma sugar no kwatimi because and obi o sugar na won hwe abo se bedu mebi na pressure no adim pressure no so no na won regulate ni ye na won hwe the cause of it da e bedu mebi bo se na no so aye dey e be affect wakoma enti it could be say any of these conditions you know and this are oye ni e ba beso ewo and this could be some of the risk and obi okwa na nsa no bebrebe and obi a smoky tede bia meka say smoking so obi person onom smoking enya advisable but me de bia meka che me patient say obi o person onom or smoking no ka onye obi a oye odefo okay obi a wo sika because me wo mo smoky a on ba me nkyɛn a 3 months bia wonim sɛ smoking no smoking enye eti 3 months bia sɛ nipa da sɛ ni no oba hospital oba endpoint anasa 6 months bi oba be check ehwe but wo bia wo smoking ne kra no obi na nom ase chale ma me peace e na wo nom enti wo ni ho aka de ye
okay Dr. Duboaten, the number is 0244 867068 0244 867068. Nkoma yedi ibi chire wadwen frɛ no ene nyawo ahodo o frɛ no obejo so. Sa de kwache yen ne eti asenkwa ewo yemu a yebesa to aso.
Entertainment Badwam ho sepe ne ekwa ani ne adufo no gracias modelo. Nia esafata wasumni wani de bia meka chose yesem na yedibi abro Ghana's entertainment prophet Majimegwa meaning the Sandra Ohime Ametiwa ejume nyame Adom entertainment ame ti Ghana for chemo a
Woni msa Sandy no we dey jayo oye guy Sister Sandy be a guy
Sister Sandy be a guy yatsna say nkomo twetwe no doso ye sha ase afi bia bi ne de asi bia bi kakaka no February enso so kwa wiye anokwamo me nka afi we say kushim ti ade achi bia na ya aseda pa ewo no so adoso omgina so youngis nko a what's going on yekoso ade hunu erade moja nim se ommo ye ho ban na series Adom TV de ba no yanyankwa atena se ahye na anim bibi ka akomi agine kwakwo no mensa company for titini akukuda mo fi ha ene anope hwade rebra sisi ayeba ebeto ankomo twetwe ne so Adom TV jene yewo aja oyenwumede doso ebi ba akọ ne enhoma this year game na make ya akọ TikTok Adom TV on TikTok comments obi asiye omo mma ye pressure wa TikTok ne so say mo fa no mo nyina ya ade enti afi no ye nkra ne omo nyina we na me bisa TikTok fo say mo bejeje abo mabre ya na e ka wom papa enhoma ye shrin pa enti me sure kwasi ada bia 3:30 mo say am trotro 4 enhoma ye 3:30 p.m. live Professor Kaya Juan Silicon House production. Now what's nasty by 2:30. The mum, so Professor was share with fear Joe who do and PC Papa Bia. We pass show 3:30. We are live on air. Near Kai was a Compu Ghana Limited for Eddie Asem Denam. Set me no to change Commodore Jordan say, now what she muginano. Compu Ghana for at Tini Maso. And Mrenny because near ma Compu Ghana for a one. And I think I'm back at said the whole Ghana no. Compu Ghana is your number 1 IT limited. Apart from Compu Ghana, minim bebia na minim bebia Opel electronics and I say IT hunyema ubenya. Because my dear, my age na che Compu Ghana ma ton wade ache. Nieman de ya tete so brands bit say TCL, Sony, Blue Tech, Sensor, HP, Lenovo, Techno, enenia ekeka ho. Uhu Compu Ghana showroom wo bebia me shoya bora honom na kwhwe ne mo laptops, printers, desktops, toners, no TV sets, home theaters, freezers, gas cookers, air conditioners, microwave. Any day ekeka ho nyina no. Ni nyina ka ne ma ya tete so no ho. Bomadia ekọ omo branch ni mu bia ben branches ne doso. Hwehwe Compu Ghana na bora ho na kodidwa. Okọ Sister Sandy si atete so memetobi. Ana say obetimi edidwa online. www.compugana.com www.compugana.com Yasansu ye delivery ebia wunya mrema your riders are omodi niema no ebebro patro for Compu Ghana was 0302 752 020 752 020 anasa WhatsApp ye we a WhatsApp on 0243 143143 0243143143 Compu Ghana Prime Week shop smile and repeat and our cheap me did you made any see Mamenda Eugenia Baden ase or makeup department or Bapa Gifty Festus Uncle Thomas or me cinematographers or Moses your sound I'm my big girls and I'm no create you may be a news what that a lawyer I am a director Tommy Lee Thomas we a guy style baby hair logistics GH on Instagram TikTok oguswe tom braided cap no makatros abaya no menene twimwesi because o jade dodo e ba ne braid pass ye mfanya wig braided cap enye hair logistics enye baby bia me de besi I'm the guys queen nyame ya adomo a ye be hia china e wo bisanyum dwumedi 11:30 am Shamu kumenya abotre. Fabum. Famame. Boza. Macau.
So we shall Adom TV Badwam. Yada sister Sunday be. Oh yeah guy. Yada say so dia ho se fen so abraye. Enti no wo hwe de ye de ama wo ya. Na say doctor time da so. Eni doctor de enwom no a onkasa bebre o de enwom to. Nti utie enwom ni mu nsem a na wahunu de wono mo ye. Midimafo Heba Clinic. And they say a hospital.
Yes.
Midimafo Heba Clinic or ni yare no favorite. We see fine. We see fine. But the chance or the another one so baba. Dog ye mo akwaba.
Yeah, na.
Ebi aboko de.
Bibia ye boko pa.
Mo de nyame ase. Na pomodin atena ye ho nyina so te say.
Oh, apomodin atena ye. Pokuya se mayira ebu akwa agogo. Bibia ye fine. Ewo boni bia ni ho. Adanse na koso kama pa. So the Ghana for ye nimu no pepepe. Sa na koso.
Mo oya de pa na ye kan say ye nwumi bogwe na hwan ni ede ya nipa e Ghana so ni over 30 million ye dos.
Yes, ye dos.
E bia na ne no edikan obi ete Midimafo Heba Hospital. Ye de ye.
Ma me fa se dama otumfo Nyankopɔn. Na afemi nchia Adom TV etiefo ahwefo nyina nso anopɛ ye wotunyum yi a na eka asem baako na achiro maka kire Ghana fo se wonya sɔre anopa na wonya ekɔ okotodwa ni mu bompa yi wi a ade etoso mi ne se eba wa adwum ye Midimafo Heba Hospital.
Okay.
Anu ni ade etoso mi no fi se ye kwa ye be wo ye dani a obeyale uye den obeyale na uyare a hwan ne wo yare safo nso oyare safo de eye baako pɛ ene ewurade na dan ne da efure tete besi ne onyankopɔn ɔno ankasa ɔmfiri so ma mesa oyare enti dan ne da ɔde de tumi na yare sa tumi ɛhyɛ enipa baako nsa ɛwɔ ɔman no mu na onyankopɔn ade tumi hyɛ wo bi nsa Oma nani ko atifi apuaya na afo atoye na wahwe nipa esefata se we de me de tumi hye ne nsa onye pesame nkomenya nipa o me de tumi hye ne nsa nipa yele hu behia no achen sika anano na me wira ho kakra mani age na me wira ho kakra ewo Midimafo Heba Hospital ho lady bi bai o de diabetes yale na baaye enko bi a odi diabetes yale aba oba eda 25 oba ukọ tusi ba na aba 9 senke ye enidie ba wo check ye oba ye da 9 no na osu na bu say na obi a 25 aba 9 ada na wusu eso ma woni gie and wo say doctor enye mi de hu na me su yale we ye abusuan yale na ekum me maame de mpo ankoduru 25 esense wanya yale safo nti na owuye enti me de call 25 wa na me ba ye 9 no nanka jesenka me maame ti ase nanka wo hu a sabrenka me maame da so wo me nchen enka wo ti ase metaka se bi se nipa bebere ho a wanye lucky nipa pi wo ho a o Ghana ha ana o atesfo asase bi a wanye lucky a wanye nyina ne se wanhia Dr. Tam da so ana wante Dr. Tam da so ka entie wo nipa pimpim wa sabre wo mu ma yesie wo mu a ko mu nya akwanya ana o mu temenka ka sabre o mu nyina tete ase ehwe o mu yirenom o mu manom o mu kununum esense wanya sa lucky ni binti no ene yesie wo ba wo no pe waji akonya atnase etu wakonya mu hwe Adom TV de wanya lucky ni nyina what ni nyina enti tutumrikei na bra Midimafo Heba Hospital. Yes, ana no nkrofo bi ba ho last week no en lo mo frɛ me Dr. Nyankopɔn Hyira. Maame na wachina kodu ba bi sɛ onje bibia endi biem. Me ka twom sɛ wo de opa afasika 1 cedi fato me ka so sɛ me sei sɛ edi nansa na wo da so te akonya mu a enema no fa na me ka kira o yalefo bia no pe wo hwe me say why you lucky say anope we do TV na to Adom TV yale ya ene wi atutu obi benya wa efi yale na doctor say ema yale nkun wo bra onyankopon de yale safo aba Dr. Time da so oba all the time to wo yale so wo show nansa wo show nanan enanan time wo doctor de beto wo yale so no empa hunti na Ghana fo nyina ama no abodin Dr. Time da so kumasi ya abu akwa agogo enkra ha ye pokua se mayira me kasa wie ya me kwa kwatena se wo de edikan oho na hia me wie ya me kwa kwatena se anopai na ma shase de ebre ato oyarefo yale zo gidi e wawu anopai de yesie no yeyi na firi mochire de tumi ne nhyemensa na yenyi wo firi mochire na pa na yale na hawo yale ko na etete wo de ya wo de be PM na Dr. Time all the time ebeto wo yale so na wonya wo fa hodie adansi enkrofo die TV so radio so nyina ye adansi trodo kyerese onyankopon esane aba behwe oman Ghana enti no obi ba Medimafo Herbal Hospital wo say doctor mani huna die doctor say wani huna die a enkomo ye nkonkoye wani ne so operation na nkofo asanfoforo emrem onyankopon de yaresafo bi aba obi say doctor me and nantwie twamu a me hunu ene buza aboa ntetia na ekoi papa be say mekwa kodi adanse ya ma doctor yi se mankwa kodi adanse ekora onyankopon tua meka me won fihia ediowotwe nsia yale eka me me hu se me nananam samanfo nyina eto wo msa frame baabi ya me duru ye no na eduro bia ni asase wesu a ebetumi asame yale ze ebetumi masan aba machibiem ekosi se wo bia ohan me dan beta me ko Medimafo na me ko ekura ma ehunu enema omo ye ya na ade o ye ya me nya ma yale sa papa de nya ma yale sa oba ye no wo so oba bedi adanse ye no oba wi o se doctor adanse de medi na emomo no mo nkyira mi adekode a mo de sa me yale afi se ba bia me kodu ye no na eduro bi ani atefo asase we so a ebetumi ma san mechi aba enkwam oyaresafo ene ewurade na me ka kyerɛ wo sɛ abia me ka me sɛ woni pa bia mfre ni pa munya bibi gese wo de firi so adom nansa yehowa nyakopɔn de ayaresa tumi adom me ɛyɛ Medimafo Herbal Hospital ho ɛna hospital no yɛ Medimafo de bia me ka me sɛ wo yale na wo kɔ Medimafo wo kɔ Medimafo wo anya ayaresa upa atena se na twen wuwu so obi hwe na so oh me yale me ba Medimafo me ho antome na me ko ba bi furu ma me ho to me ama me ntie sa adanse no efisa me gi etum se obi bia la ni ho a obeduru Medimafo Herbal Hospital ya wonya yale sa gi se de wa ma na wo be pie mu pe enko ade ya ayaresa fo ahodie ya wodie wo Medimafo Herbal Hospital enti na me se enne eye wukuada me fi Adom TV a me kwa kotena se e magana fo nyina so wire mfi se onse da BS ya na ye charge
ai see ye ko Easter okay
Easter de ne ye be chanka de na 11th April 11th April and ye be che enkrade no na enkrade no afi doctor say me check TV ni mako 70 32 inches no me check mako 70 na me check e first 70 ye be ba be PM that day 11th April no anopa nipa first 70 edikan ye amukura card dada me patcho that day na ne da wo ba unya TV ni bi ye de ma wo ma ba dada o mo wo card enti wo pe TV ni bi on the 11th April na me patcho e free sabre Medimafo Herbal Hospital ye branch ni eyemi no ba ko wo Kumasi ba ko wo Accra Kumasi ye bu akwa agogo Accra ye pokua se mayira se wo puta Kumasi card ana wo ye card se bia Kumasi na wo na ze wutumi sori anopa na wo de be sunlight e wo poku ase mayira na first 70 wo ka ho yen kasa wo de ndi kumase na wo
okay
ni nyina eye baako ba ye bi won kran a ye bi wo kumase enso obi wo ana opese no oba beji bi wa akra
na 11th ne ye kumase ne ayi nyina
11th no de ne de eye akra de
wo be hu obi ba beji akra za kwa di kumase
oba medimafo ye system ne ye adwuma
okay
oji TV na woka bebrebe ye bi oya na ya che no yes no that be say wo beji bi no na wo a waji bi da no ye se twon ho ma de won bi mra beji bi
ente se obi beji saa
wo a waji bi da no emma
na system ne be ka che
de wo benya ye emo
ene anwa ana na de anwa nka
na woni bibi time that so basmati rice na me kofa ye no
okay
on the 11th November
April.
I don't know November about
April
11th April no meche bi wo pokuya se mayira
okay
obi a ope se otie emu okula ofa ofo ko gogo no abo basmati rice na wa hweduma edi
okay
eno ne emu a ewiase nyina gia tum se obi wo diabetes se obetumedi se wudi na no pa ahomache awia na dwo anumere ensunsanso oboni bi anyede enim obi wo pressure obetimedi eno ne odi rice ya eye duro eno na me mawurawura mu ze me pa pomodin pa ama o my Ghana nti makọfa mu we bi aba se me sadi bi abre mayarefo se obi wo ha owo diabetes na oba bagi mu ni bia obetimi adi eye cholesterol free bibia eye kama enti samu ni bi ene ye be che no
11th
April enti we de Ghana man nyina doctor ya ono pe ene obi a osaw yale wi a na wasan acha wade eye meta tro chere bi se card bi ene Ghana ha ehia chen medimafo hospital card if it's a hospital card bi akura ni wa e wa Ghana ha utimi fakura de kwaji common girl ekura wo ba bia ba ye card ne pe ena wo bia esa wo disie with the dark wo bati say ye che de TV ye che mo ni anwa afi September me say maka say me birthday no September matoka
21st September
matoka kama fe
wow
me di
ba
patient
oh
well no that very day no apart from say ye check TV ni bibia no that very day it's obi wo ha ye be che ne car na ye check car ni wi a ye be maka na fo nyina hu say ni pass me se woni e efie we mu no tie oyale no ba me di mafo efi say obeka so ebi a wono akasa ni worker ebi a ni maame ebi obi doctor kan samua na waka me ye Then you come say obi anya ni kuredi ni wo Ghana ha me ye ni kuredi ni me wulade.
Okay.
Ghana obi ani no kura me di no kura me wulade. If we say wo hwe dwuma ye die e wo medimafo heba hospital. Say obi ba ho say wo kura sika, on kura sika. Wo bie onni bie edura ye de masika ni ho tono, ye de mahie ni tono. Anyema ye wo my Ghana ha adoye ye ko prisons ye ko ha ye tubo ho eni na anyema bebere
na nkra ha wo betu bi no munya ntu
nkra ha afena ya chase
okay
ena nkrafo ankra ha bo ho asem no ya na edi pa obetumetu akwa na zu no
emma oh
enti me hese ye bepe bibi pa bi
sa edi ahye ho
sama wo refu sa mayira kwan me na me ba be ye yes mayira kwan ye ba ye na kan timi mfa so
ayam papa
ka na fa wo nyina afa ba bi fufuro ye na ye be ye enyuma pa enti medimafo ba wo mamu a ade e wo mi sa o bedi ama wo manfo no enti na yale o fa yale ma medimafo
ensa fa konda
so wo yale na wo ba medimafo a anope wo bi tie me wonya stroke yale ne ho popo na no achia chia mi anope me ka kire wo se enuru se yenwula da foforo mu no yenwula next day mu no na wonya ayalesa ene obi a okura pomade aba medimafo mo wo hu musuo sa wo de pomano ba o asa kufie shi na no pe ye pia wo de aba no shi de ba jo duru medimafo eja esi ho me sisi me chika se me kotodwe me kwada me ntumi na me widie mo hihye me nasi ataitai wo mu nyina ye ntatia case wo mu ye ntatia case wo me Dimafo Herbal Hospital anope ampaye ebedwa e wo me Dimafo se Dr. Time da so kwakotena se e mo mu refi se Friday so premium service no koso
okay
and if you ada bia doctor de si wo to bu ha mpanfo bu ha oba obedi line na wa brani ade adenti ene sabre wunyam buku Friday de na and you fra na wo se pese me ba premium service no and yes media sa ho man nipa ba ko bia
okay
doctor do be to ho mia ahwe ba bibia ya enti wo firi solo enti from na ya le ne ko and you Friday no edi na enu firi ho a ene wo kuada maintenance nkran pokuase mayira echene ya wada so maintenance de bia ne da ade ba chi bia so ye adwuma wo Dimafo Herbal Hospital ye ni holiday bia nti kwahira kro betima ko de bia be so kom Dimafo Herbal Hospital bia akonya wo wo be ko na Dr. Johnson doctors nkaye no doctor bia obesia ni Dimafo no me pa cho wo de o kraken say doctor fatam to me yales to me anyakopon de ma me no me de bi asha me so me de ama me doctors no entu be duru ho ayare sadie ma me yemfa and Frank come Dimafo nsan fan kofie anope wani huna de abra me Dimafo anope waso ntias ma abra me Dimafo anope stroke na achi wa abra me Dimafo usisi ye oya tam da so wachika say ye oya tam da so wonemu na abua time da so wo diabetes no time da so pressure no time da so me pa cho be pm wo kumasi ya bua kwa gogo enkran ye pokua se mayira na ye fa ebre ento yale so gidie wawuo de ye sie no a wo hyefam pe wo se brane bedi wadanse wo me Dimafo Herbal Hospital na Dr. Tab ne na dwumayefo ye fa ebre ento yale so
da me number no e wo screen na se de da sabobo bi mo
numbers ne 0244 774282 0500 727215 0245 449592 numbers we numbers are fra e come Dimafo Herbal Hospital ya the suffer the any awurade na me gidi say onam Dr. Time so ya lia kese nsankyerania esisie wona wo ho ton obetimi ba wo beba ho amunum ho ado Dr. Bemana Dru na ho atono which is ayarisa ba PM pokuase mayra me kwatena se atwe oyarefo bia na omra na me fatam
Antonio so I mean sure ya da say Dr. Time da so Dimafo Herbal Hospital and then so what's in kind of true me care na kwajo de e wa pomodin e kwan mu ya da doctor se papa na mama fa birthday wish we emfamu na fe me fa nkai bo ema happy birthday enko ema antise wa wo DY Academy wo nursery class antise wa nyame show nyame nyo kese kusi so be kese pa sister Sunday be a guy although too much enti happy birthday antise wa na koso atete nkura na chechefo nyame show foundation no mo fa nwu wo mutiri mo mbenyini no na ma ben dada ti nyame show happy birthday enko emau Franco Trading Enterprise phones papa fie anyhow say Nokia Samsung iPhones upe bia Franco ubenya bi smart TVs ebi ho ewa na Dr. Time da so kwa kwasesa ni nyina na 32 inches na bi ho Franco ne nioma papa ye tabletop fridges nso ewo ho na fe Franco air conditioning nso ye woni nyina bie ewo ho CCTV cameras nso medofu nya bi nefa bi bofie fa bi bo office ti ba bia onam bia no utimi monitor ehunu nia ekoso Franco Trading Enterprise wo mo number ni enko internet ne so mpeki number bia ne mo mfre number we se wo hia product ana openko mo bia 0246 422 338 0246 422 338 and 05 55939311 05 55939311 now the Franco Trading Enterprise for Eddie Nkomwe Interschool reading quiz and also a bustle day na 21 days and I one day see one more yes interschool reading quiz you know na 15 schools and yes select na emu mabuno no womo ready Mr. awfo school run no mamo mese nyame yadoma 17th March wo Joy Prime na just nam so 4:30 p.m. na wankasa wo wani ehwe nia ekro nia makan nyina chi ebi a bibi kire wadwene wo pese wonya details ni ye for 0535 207920 0535 207920 na woni mpanifo da no so eni enkommo mame nyina no so na no penkomodie no memfansi ha meda se sa oje bre ehwe me ma ayu enkranza yami sure batan yami ne okese kosi so be kese pa na mani aso de wo ye de ma me yami sure ye kono ma hine kwabna sante ato aso de pensem mu no abro
Well, you be koso da would be as se wajibra wo so ahwe bedwam Adom TV multi-TV. Make out say you know kokopem se no nkrobo ba permanent adwunu you dey fiaman kwata makulase Professor EK Wallace I don't see that na CP say obi aka na Sister Sandy be a guy I don't see that na say omuso atim ye din ko bra so say ye de etwato wo bedwam dwumadi so ato di sempensem mu no ye de bro Macau say Compu Ghana eda so prime week in him. Na the prime week in the moya say omde shebia to akwemu a enjoy one of the best products in the world. Na prices is extremely competitive. It is a TCL, Sunny, Bluetech, Senko, HP, Lenovo, Tecno, any de kaka make out a Compu Ghana ehona benya. O laptop name or printers, no desktop, no toners. Any nyoma ye IT huns and sembiano a ye Compu Ghana. No TV, no fridge, no freezers, you know, Compu Ghana. Did they make actually say this is one special week come out to this the prime week where unya kwenya kodi bia tonio ma papa wo no mane boros no e wo from pa Compu Ghana say oko ono branch bi e wo mamu ba bia obinya bi ato. Fre one wo 0302 752 020 and I say 0243 143143 and yeah only for like the crisis in Parliament. It took Kennedy Japan at midnight. No, he met me at the car park, and I was so dejected. Why me? Ministerial, though I didn't prefer, I didn't want to be a minister, but at least I had not even been called. And committee level, I wasn't being considered for vice chair or chair. Not a consolation. So I was so down. And Kennedy meets me at the car park and talks to me about life. Takes me to his house. We call something midnight tea. Mm-hmm. Okay, he prepares tea for me. He takes one himself. Yanum tea out to bed 3 a.m. and say, look, I know your business is down, but medium your capital. Memo, so and so amount. Never start to build. We have no way to America, and kwaji bank bosia. So I'm saying that with all I've seen in life, in your crisis, no, in your sofu bimo wa cancel, in your nyankumbre bimo wa cancel, in your nyankubimo ni wa kasa. With all that I have seen in life, maybe biara home, because biara woni say until sometimes nyankupo botum za arohu about wa brebom, wama akoton social beam. Na the most social no other say sister was shebre. Na also raho. Inta me maybe home. Maybe be at home. Of course, sometimes yeah, you need pay yaze. But I will quickly pray and ask God to guide me. If you've just joined a phenomenon majority leader in Parliament, and education komoye A to Z, komona yebo, baby Febia. But your party, at this point, maybe say briefly about the performance of your party and certain areas, was there a bit of controversy? Maybe I'll start even with that. On this matter of the LGBTQ and the pluses. Your input is quite laced with some suspicion. Me say like me tell them that, and I mean leaders here. So what really is the position of
the see asem no simple. Ozigan Ghana asamba yen toba na yen temi mbojat masa. Enkrofo ze kase bitum na a confuse obia. Say law na mpon omahin between you and me kanokwa. Law no LGBT law awa kana.
Minkai ni ya.
Mda.
Minkai ni na.
Yeah, but that's it. Omahin embrana ye dirban aspect bi wo ha ontwe mbojat masa. Emi no nyowo ya asem ni de besia na besia bo words yenji ntum wo Ghana. It said no, true or false. Beyin na beyin bo wor yenji ntum. Ebio se obi opanyin bi bo kaka fa abofra kakraba na sebe oyina ye aworze wo kwan bi do no nso yenji ntum. De opanyin bi be chereche moframa dem aworze wo kwan bi do de onwo hye dem yikodwo besiem ana kodwo beyin mu no yenji ntum. Bojat masa. Nambom se obi kodame tibie no mu na yase embra no ene ya adwena ana onka de ifiaza na asam na anya ehwo na menyi mennuanom enya adwende. Yes, let's legislate against it, but we should have a conviction, a sentencing regime to reform,
not to condemn
or destroy. Look, I've read the Bible. I've read aspects of the Quran that talks about reformation, forgiveness, and all. And so I may be out with this position. There were a lot of, as so far as one can say, me a Catholic, a practicing Catholic for that matter, very committed to my Catholic values. I spoke to a number of my father Catholic priests. I spoke to them. I spoke to 2 bishops. Okay? And they all agree with me there. Mbom prison zinze which is there on tree. Mbojat masa. MPCP what by mention office. Leader, this aspect of custodial sentence, we are worried. We are against it, but we are afraid. You see, Obia Sodo Bolus in the election, and I there. You need Jumana ye as politicians or a perception-driven enterprise. So people fear that they will tag them with a certain perception. Hey, I will not support trumu azina, and I will not support their being a besia in what being what because people fear that. I'm sure the public may be misfed.
They will get back.
And in the process,
they'll lose their seats.
The backlash will be on them. But you see, sometimes let's be principled on what we believe in. It doesn't matter. And go out and explain it. Don't fear the propaganda. You should be bold and explain where you stand. And don't be too worried about that. But
not all people, but the reality is
that. But Omahin, let me even make the point. Let me stress the point. We have a new sentencing regime by our judiciary. Which sentencing regime focuses on non-custodial sentence. And that is why I proposed exactly, but Omahin, go to Nsawam. Look, I have spoken to some prison officers. And in fact, there is an MP in Parliament today who is an ex-prison officer. He brought me a confidential note. And he has not authorized me to disclose the confidential note. Look, the gayism and the lesbianism is worse in the prisons. Yes, it's a matter of fact. There are documentaries to that effect. It's public knowledge. When we were at the law school, final year, we went there, we interviewed them. Openly, they said that is the crisis. Ankwe Kubaku, Okro, a criminal libel, prison. So what that issue, over time, Obi came there, Bibi so, Bojat Masa. So I'm saying that the prison is not the place to reform the person. It's a behavioral issue. I'm not a psychologist. Maybe you have to invite a psychologist and interview the psychologist. That when it comes to behavioral offenses, is incarceration the solution to the problem, he will tell you. So I'm saying that let's put away our emotions. And on him, you, your son, if your son is in that situation, would you want to watch your son being jailed?
Any possible.
Would you want to watch your nephew, your niece, your sister going to jail because of that? No. But you would want a system, exactly. So if you look at the amendment I propose, I'm saying that post-conviction, we should have a mandatory counseling. Your imam or your pastor, as the case may be, a social worker,
there should be a center, like a social
psychologist,
worker,
a chief, a prominent opinion leader, and a family member who will sit, so 3-month mandatory counseling or 6-month, as may be directed by the judge. It's one of my proposals. Community service. I have proposed a community service because the thing is a behavioral issue. And as a society, we should now focus on how we can reform the people and how we can help them to reintegrate. If we say go to Winneba prisons, go to secondary prisons, the person goes there and it comes worse because it's behavioral. I don't be addicted to drugs. You don't throw a drug addict into jail. Obi or your drug addict, you look at rehabilitation. So I plead with Ghanaians that we are together in the law, but the aspects of incarceration, I'm making my point. Let those who disagree with me bash me on social media. Let those who agree with me commend me. But we are here in this country. Posterity will come and respond.
But the truth is that that's why some of us just are.
But last point, last point. Do you know that the aspect where the media engagement on this matter is being criminalized, it's an indirect introduction of the criminal libel? So you or mine, if today you have a discussion,
I have somebody sitting.
You have an editorial policy on
the LGBT.
You are likely to be,
because you are projecting it.
You are likely to be incarcerated. Should a journalist go to jail in modern Ghana? When we have said that when a journalist offends another, the claim should be a civil claim. That is why we repealed the criminal libel law. Yes, the criminal libel law on Yejumebio. Because in Kano, no journalist or a mistake. But to police station, no police wabon kwedu. At the same time, botum I assume. But since yes, journalist or a mistake, or they soon will court. Now court is now with this one, if Shema or your custodial sentence, 3 to 5 years. You see, we cannot build a society with an ultra-conservative thinking alone. We have to blend it. You see, ultra-conservatives must have their say. The moderates, the centrists, the center-right should also
to all stakeholders.
So that all stakeholders will look at it.
Exactly.
Because, let our pastors start speaking up. Let the clergy come out and say that.
I think there was a certain bit of cowardice and hypocrisy.
Exactly.
And
this country, because I am clear on my mind.
And then again,
let's not be any incarceration.
And then again, leader, it's not even about I am Pierre Nase Obidi Atemno. Truth is that if we don't start having these conversations for the best to be done for us as a country and as a people, it's been a challenge. Because out there, I find you're marking a support to gay lesbianism.
No.
Now, this is a situation. Yanko Kenkai, we are now the working we in the culture said the view. Which is a whole century crowd here, Okazay. Who do whom come across? Yeah, who do whom come across? Acquire several for it. We are following, and most of the time we follow the noise, and we end up losing big time as a country. So, that is what stage in the world to say?
Oh, it's at the consideration stage.
We are considering with or without the amendments.
Without the amendments, so my amendments were shut down.
That we should look at these things, no?
The amendments were shut down. In fact, I even wrote a letter to former President Mahama, wrote a letter to our flag bearer, and I wrote to Attorney General that the sponsors and I should sit down and then meet our presidential candidates and explain to them that, look, the incarceration bit, because you see, it's a whole societal burden.
I will say another group, Audrey Gajo Promoso, raising issues on this matter.
Then to Pocho, what is the state of our prisons in Ghana?
Very bad.
What is the state of our prison?
No, but I'm saying once that consideration, it makes it very
No, we can still engage. I mean, if we are willing, as a house.
No, but the end product is what you are just pointing out.
Well, the end product, if nothing happens.
But that's where the problem is going to be.
Yeah, but you, the media, must also be heard. Your voices must be loud. Because it appears that the media itself. The truth of the matter is that the thing started with a screaming headline. Then Ghana Obiampe. So everybody is thinking that if the law is all about that. I'm saying that when a pedophile is convicted, that pedophile must go to jail. As for that one, you cannot negotiate it. That one, custodial sentence is a must. So it's not every aspect of the law that I am against. I am against the aspect now. Me feel there, no one soon or saying boom baba than there oboboa or man.
I see. Alexander Fenyomak in a majority leader for the New Patriotic Party and in any commander Compu Ghana Fuasi. Na Ghana Post to force numbers. Compu Ghana medical catchers, fridges, no freezers, no gas cookers, no air conditioners, no microwave. And afi or desktop, no toners, no laptops, no printers, IT related products via a honest or do it. All prime week in teaching so. So week we now got to Compu Ghana branch biana a bono nyameni ni one insurance so come just to suit you. Baby I will be also up say or more deliver at the amount or be at the amount. For Compu Ghana phone 0302 752020 and as a WhatsApp line here 0243143143 na wetimini won edin kita ye ya ma de free Ghana akọ eye abroche say Australia say South America Asia na say across Africa Europe baby EMS parcel services and tuma jeni meko enam biara bibi bia person di free eye Ghana e de ko amano no sa kwanya na abeto ama Ghana Post for ko Facebook and Instagram and X or one or WhatsApp line abiti no na din kita on 0542 5270004. Lots of your text messages about lots of questions about these are purely party questions but national conversation and person say bring back to hold na binya party in komobia so then we can really look at those other matters but Mary say any majority leader and disa enkoboy leader emba back near and no that bibi konso emarche bedwam Ghana man pay e de ne kasa o we twa mfu nyine kire say the Ghana AC kono but answer kwa say president you ebeba no I'm sure you've been hearing it and you feel it. You've superintendent over an economy leader ama a lot of us here can say times are really tough, times are difficult, and I had to say the person can say how did we bring these people to power? Why? What's happening? Do you feel it? Do you see it? Do you hear it? Do you read it?
Oh, sir, me pretend because of politics in there. Nti, I want to wo baby ara na me just there me yan kanokwa. There were challenges be as a country, but the situation would have been worse but for the intervention by this government. If from 2017, 18, 19, the way I know Zamarokoye, yen inflation cry, you do single digit. Abeng or to taxa or trade tax in bimpo if you cry. the way ana yen city now home ojinado one district one factories companies are now aben hwe boy then from nowhere at one chimney or to hen we as in now ya Ghana nkotin. So everything came to a standstill. Within the period, our production in Kodo, yaka production na igozi or edukofo market women watu to wasto aben ni sika or donya nodi yempuntu jumano came to a standstill. And so aben ejumayafo nyinara fiti police, teacher, nurse, fire service, soldier. Aben ejumayenyi bi enyi ho a aben entumentua na ka oni yazeko aben so hune de eho a ye womi samentumenso amanfo wase a obey ho yan electricity oya nkofo electricity no bo akoso mejitum nambom saben entum entwan na moni bia nche electricity no bo bebi owon ye entum dama brena me Ghana water chairman abenka de free water mo bi into water bill. Meanwhile na ye major investment ayaye wo free SHS no so abayeze but abenja na now do look no matter what yen sustain the free SHS COVID no hun samsam ye won beto yen na then them war is started war Russia and Ukraine oya nkrofo propaganda nti was all more on board Russia and Ukraine. But emi no yo omahin yenyim. The war at this thought global supply chain.
Nobody doubts that, leader. Nobody doubts that.
Thank you.
I'll not
no, but let's emphasize it.
I'll not sit here and underrate the might of COVID impact and that of the Russia-Ukraine war.
Definitely.
So, as a cover up.
Take away the word cover up. You say you admit there.
Yeah.
It's a major catastrophe.
Major.
Right.
That major catastrophe.
We are part of, hold on, Omahin, with respect. We are part of a global enclave of trade and commerce. When the value chain is disrupted at one point,
it affects
everything. But in all of this, question be someone there. Anna, Nimpana was it a Jumana Shannon, Obotu wa manage crisis na nkakankrana. Masem the angel. Share Omahin, Enida. Namikita 2013, 2014,
yeah,
2015,
so,
2016, State of the Nation. Yes, addresses.
Yeah.
Because
I was asking that now the buy.
Right.
There was no need. You were talking about same lamentations.
Exactly.
It means that we're not progressing as a country.
I'm saying that in the da.
Yes, Mr. So yeah, now you saw Ukra 2013, 2014, 2016. These same lamentations were in.
Exactly. And I was trying to tell them that I want NDC for sure. On my hand, 2015, 2016 State of the Nation, on my paying Mahama, Oka Sembi. Nanida, and you be a debate in the fully. Into more quota man. And you there, okay, there. One, Yensika Samon Koyenu, because we are still in the gorgeous back form of economy. Lamenting, you were the head of state. Now, supply chain, and Zamanu boy at Zinwa Bruchi. In the rice importation, Akufo. Local production of rice.
A shoot up.
Through the effort of President Akufo-Addo. Meanwhile, the same President Mahama, also we spent over $380 million 2014 on there you to import rice, sugar, and other essential commodities. Now we have a major drop because domestically efforts are being made in the agro sector to activate production. Again, don't let us take our security for granted. Omahin, the whole sub-region.
The president made mention of that.
Omahin, is it acknowledged?
It's acknowledged.
Thank you very much.
Very much acknowledged.
The whole sub-region is in turmoil. But Oman paying Akufo-Addo, Oyinaban, Emia Honenua, there, look, yada, yada, I will itum sorry 10 p.m. A drive. In Schroeder Obibo block or baby, share police. Investment on Mampayina here with police. Baby afebia hwe oman me start from parliament oda ne fe no mo puna me do what friend then interchange
those barriers
police wo etra nima police idu jowulu police abelen penankasa no between jowulu traffic light dimples traffic light ho erenam wo friend and kwano do mame do kono kwano da police barriers ebien ifo na rekoma wako no so benya another 2 ekafa abofu under bridge wa benya police everywhere in the country. Police visibility is there. It didn't come by accident. Oma abenya odwin ye nyina ye ho ozde mbambo babana asomdwe aba. So meji to me there in zaman ye 100%. But I'm saying there e compare yen papa mahama obeya ni zekre na e kom edito yen omampeyin abezechira oye franka twin ejaba omia ho Ejabahomia has fresh ideas, given the chance. No? He can do better for Ghanaians than Yenyanum NDC for war pretum. Omahin, has there been any change in NDC? For instance, they got their flag bearer elected over a year ago. As we speak, they've not been able to.
But leader, clearly you don't decide for them.
No, yes, but
you don't decide for them.
But
you don't work for them.
I agree.
You don't know how they are operating.
I am saying that the alternative is not better than.
But alternative the normal better to our 24-hour economy. Alternative the normal better to our say Lancashire exams no cancellation. Alternative normal better to our say and they wanna disabled no. Whilst entering the university, no, they will meet them halfway. Alternatively, regulating the front of Okada at the Aba. Alternatively, the Aba said the coding system.
Sarcastic?
No, it's not sarcasm.
No, are you being sarcastic?
It's not sarcasm. But the 24-hour, they have termed it as a game changer. Well, unless you're underrating it.
Okay,
unless you're underrating it.
Hold on a moment. President Mahama said, we are a sloganeering party. And don't you think what he's doing is mere sloganeering? What is it about this 24-hour economy? Meaning what? You know, they've all struggled to explain what they mean by.
But it gets to one point that extra time in working.
They have all struggled to explain that.
But it gets to one point that you get more time to engage more people to work at a time that the cost of electricity, for instance.
Wait. I would want to meet an NDC communicator for you to interview us on that, okay? I don't want...
But if you sum it up, that's exactly what they're saying.
No, but they are not saying anything. You see, they are doing politics and they think they have to do politics. But what I'm trying to tell you now is that these are guys who had the opportunity. For 8 years in Fairwatch, none has changed in the NDC. All their party leaders, their ministers who were in government, they told us they could not reduce electricity tariffs. They told us they could not reduce water tariffs. They told us they could not implement free SHS. Some of the things, you don't say them. I expect you to point it out to them.
But they have called for a review of the free SHS.
No, but you know that...
review of the free SHS.
You know that the free SHS now a 419. They said it, true or false?
That they did.
Did we implement free SHS?
My year with the challenges.
No, what I'm saying, did we?
You have.
Thank you.
It didn't come just like that. About with challenges.
Ghanaians called for a reduction in electricity tariffs in 2015. NDC said it was not possible. When we came into office, did we reduce electricity tariffs?
That's the Kwesi Kono is the quantity reduction. Kwesi Kono is the quantity reduction. Leader. I will come back for the next 15 minutes in all humility, and then we'll wrap up in 15 minutes. When I say, "O time there, nyamekwa na ya duma," and Ghanaians should. No, you have the next 10 minutes after 9. Now, if you watch my wrap up, we are just going for a break, and then unya kuma aye samyeuku ni break.
No, there's
no problem. Kwaba. Then we will come back and wrap up in 10 minutes, and leader has to prescribe. We are just a mula break for a second, and then we are back. Oh no, break there by life. It's life.
No, not a woman. Can I go commercial break now?
Okay, so we'll be right back after this break. Well, Yasaba, Makachem, a lot of your text messages now, Bahana message, me breaking kind of, but I'm saying another visit by the leader. I'm waiting and I interact. Lots of your text messages. You know, a blessing and there's a caution. Say, oh, she said, and Munyama Ghana through the party, the Ashen, which member in your home, a young first leader, a brainty. Major issue, unemployment on the part of the youth. You can see 5 minutes next our conversation. But I want you to appeal to the youth because they continue to be the foundation of a young Ghana. The other catch up now why you bring the call.
My name is Dasipi. Zamotun Master youth award Ghana in there. Abandoning him 1 hour and this is the extra security services since the beginning of 92 constitution. This is the government award for youth and to donor with police, immigration, fire, prisons, NACOC, and ambulance service. Recruitment are akodo odo papa. Now so youth in the population also. No matter the numbers are we recruit one. You be an way nyakunya. Eba nurses, the teacher for wonder. In can we nursing school and I we college of education and I we university not teaching a year. It can bear 4 or 5 years. And the only backlog just last year, a year 2022-2023. Nyankopon Adom clearance Abba for this recruitment and be sure that between April and May, the various state agencies will start their recruitment exercise again. As a crowd there as a country, and I'm just there. Only as I had the another Nanso ye shede hu mfasuni ye is the private sector development. Omahin oyo the way yetum ye invest in the private sector. Na instead there obey yield the result no then akoye bibi wo friend consumption mfasuna mba. Inti me best youth and me shall say winiba efutu. Akonye bia ibenyan hwadu ye. So for instance, omahin 2 weeks ago, me told Praja 10. There's another 10 at Oracle. Now 20. My plan is to do 50 Praja by May. Now, first batch I one. They are out of unemployment market, Why were you with Juma? Somewhere in Tria.
Medna second.
No kwano de ye pay me ka. Ghana says that the problem no oshasa.
You no can wo
phone. Politicians we are to blame. Ahen amayofo no. Ye na kukudura ye ntumi fan kan nyimpa n'enyim asam de. Azari ye say. Only ye problem. Obi waka je bank bosia. Or do otua. Ontua because you do mass locking mommy a youth organizer. Into why should I pay? But ni we free there. So when tia ne nwe bia no so wo ne small business no ye de onya na onye nti za mesranye de opportunity biara obaye na akwemu no yan hwedu ye na onboye hwe omayin since 2014 in that work and pay taxes all credit BYD brand new Suzuki brand new and na zoke ka hunyina only about 15% of which ooh, why should it be so? No, Auntie no abandon. Any MPs kasa, any Crawford kasa, what catch the young problem cry ye what yen economy now, or in nature, whether or your NDC abano or your MPP abano. The way we abuse things, the impunity within the system is the problem we all have. And I think that as even a political class, on this unemployment situation, it's important for us to engage in a national dialogue on it. And you see, there must be some common denominators. There must be some level of discipline. There must be some fear. The azima yen consequence war. But when it's like, oh, I hear the crowd on phobia. Somebody can take money for a factory. One district, one factory. Only me there, oh. He's not even thinking about how to pay back. Meanwhile, a facility no exim one or your business can was occasion. So anhwɛ do ye na scan bi anko na obi so hwehwɛ no wenya. The private sector will suffer because abandoned employment they are limited. Omahin abandoned to employ all the youth in police. Abandoned to employ all the youth in military or fire service. So the main thing is ankrankre dwumaye. Today the way I'm more high. Yenyim there multimedia mo owner or establishing. So our mind ambassador edwuma no do ye not or crasher. You are going home as unemployed. So I think that responsibility bit is very important. If one woman we've not been able to, yen to me yen kahu accept. Inti I there yen na yere pre yen. But yenim do say if you do ya awunya munya no jechi no so be de ne obenya. Me just there e ho no obenya there. Yebotum na ya kan wasam. Na ma akwanya ne ba ya hwedu ye. Because compromise wada ayeda ma de bia no ye parliament party bia baba bo na ekiri no give up. A military dictatorship is also not the solution. What is the solution? A duty to be responsible. A duty to do it right. Oh yeah, corruption. Corruption affects Abindia. What can we do? What can we do? You put in structures and you respect the structures. Today, Office of Special Prosecutor. Okay. CID. Yoko. Say institutions in a function ye. Na yen nyina ye boy institution mo waye ya. Nkaka no money ye dene okonenyim. Na yen ankasa so ayenya akwanya no. Yetum na yenya no mumfa so. Otherwise, oman no kwaro wo mnyi de. Yeruntum nkonko yenenyim. We need to focus on the private sector. And in focusing on the private sector no, yen nyara ye benya akwanya ye ba hwedu ye. To me that's the solution.
Member of Parliament for Ifutu and Majority Leader in Parliament, named for Alexander Afenyo Markin, and in Din Komo, Leader Medasi P. And Din Komo. Makacho election year, Obo Parliament, Obe busy for Ghana and for his party, but clearly, we not bring on the year Din Komo. 030. Efutu. The Efutu dream, no? Now, Obiso, you need to the Opedo Jine. Winning Efutu. Yeah, I'll be the leader with your Kokasa was I've always been the campaign director. I didn't no material. The Zaro could do with Futu, you also them I mean you don't hear crowd. Leader with what I was say Obino, when your attention if you any there's no cause for alarm. Okay. Ejana Namia Sono, or no quite a bit medum for now. Enti ja ohuna wa akọ. O di bia na ya be gura kakra. Ba nya nimpa no ori ye no. Me kwa na person be bitimi. Nchema keke bia propaganda. Okay, leader, I wish you well. Thank you. You really Mama Ka say obetimi ya kasa on 0302 211 701 equals 4. 0302 211 701 equals 4. Cynthia Edujemfi. Germany. Oh, why didn't you take me off quickly? Very grateful. And Oba Patrimude also work also Ajibra Oshebi. Thank you for your time. But you see the answer on 0302 211 701 equals 4. 0302 211 701 equals 4. We're almost about wrapping up our answer. And Kasa Fabrics. On I want to suiting fabrics, papa, the kaftan, yagbada, any shirts, any the idea pimpam soma a year, emma, nti, kahun more fabrics, no, or more hodo pao, ye war big lomo, ye war Italian linen, British tailor, paradise, bridal satin, their kakawinano, and casa fabrics, and a war, and nyoma papa, which materials, papa, obapam, a day did you may be an occasion beer. Oh, show the check on a Methodist bookshop and a share nimu ewonka shop number C403. Shop number C403. Now we're wedding it out. Oh, from so number here 0243 422591 and 0276 709070. enkasa fabric uko Facebook nso a ene Instagram nso a obehu won e wo honum fabric papa bia no eho ana ese odi woni kire but yenkasa nipa ba ko mienu miense bi na afi me ndo bi ase yera kwachi ma che
yeja o ma hene
patro bi ti wa no pay
I am the den the mensa account hand papa na oto ho no
yeah
wo from Mr. Agwaje me ka se fi buase
okay
hand papa na oto ho no na no kasa ye me de bebre membo me pedota se de aya politicians ho kasa ho no kasa no ma hand sha ye wo fom no ya ba ogura wo send that some oreka and the a wa ye no won constituency hwe we yin de o yara okwenyi mare ye nanso e woda na kasa no politician yi bi oba oso wo ye oba no wa ma ye hwe wo send ho kasa wo di won ho no kwa only what the problem at the brain so ya was
all right
it must no one there ja obi aye a oye no wo bancha won triado
okay
mon ka ho mo man no man fact ya you for me ya bre
all right what I say Kwame Mache na ti say hello Kwame ti say
hello Mbojo muyo
good Kwame Pacho with you
yo anape yabada honorable Alexander Afro Markin ati papa de we nyambe na wa bacheche enyima mache na yan ma yo constituency wazi yenzi yenyima as papa orokodo na yenyim sude coming December yabata me yaman another 4 la kan yaboto amana kapima bana go sabaka do wo sisi azi yayi na mum azokura murutu nani mire mpere mazotwe
all right okay yate yeah the Francis be page mu Francis Francis wa man ka kwa na Francis ko yo
this year not why we do teacher born na
so Francis ya dey because do ka games wa ira kwan it be see am see na ya do bibias na suppose Francis only to see me ya do bibias no e ka wo say e marry vi say obehwe won so yi na why no ma se fata e dia ma ye Ghana me free ha no Adom TV dey free on ko ba bia oginamu a odo ko 247 TV watch enye 247 economy it is Michelle ko na hwe Adom TV yo ne papa dem from Efiama Kwatamaklo Professor E.K. Wallace Sister Sandy be a guy and my good self on behalf of the entire team, camera, sound, lighting, and set designers, control for Anna Kojo Fojo and the big man himself, Welbeck Kofi Ampedu. Edo BBS, keep watching Adom TV. Now me Adoma, a chance the chair. We're here to serve you.